Hey guys, Joker Fool here, back at it again with another video, and this one's going to be an impressions video on Joker and Smash. It took me a while to get 3.0 downloaded, but I finally did, and I've played Joker for the past little while. Played a lot of 1v1 on him. I did his classic mode run. I messed around with him, training it a bit, and I gotta say, I really like him, and I've played a ton of Smash 4 and a really good bit of Smash Ultimate, and I've beaten Persona 5 twice, and I have to say that not only is Joker a good inclusion in Smash Bros, he's very true to form. Yeah, he's very true to form in terms of paying homage to the game, to his game and the franchise in general. So if you want to know where Joker's tearing or all the pro stats about him, I'm not that guy. I'm not a pro fighting game player or anything like that. So I'll just give you the way I see it as someone who's played a good bit of Smash, and I have to say he's really fun to use. He's very fast. You can be very aggressive with him since he moves fast. His side B reminds me a lot of Sheik. Just how fast he moves reminds me a lot about Sheik. He can combo really easily. He can go in the air, and you're really dependent on getting Arsene to really be able to do killing smashes, because a lot of his smashes aren't the strongest, but with Arsene then they're actually decently pretty good, and his side B is more. It's not the direct damage it does. It's a area. It's a damage over time, and then it actually has a good bit of launch. And then the gun is really fun to use, but the range on it is really short, and you can do the special move by, holding down neutral special and then either pressing up or just pressing the jump button, depending on how your control scheme is, and getting those combos right and using the gun correctly and everything feels really good. So, and everything that Joker does, for the most part, is taken from the game, except for the grappling hook. I think that's in the opening sequence, but it's not an ability that he actually has in game. But his gun is from the game, his knife is from the game. Arsene is a persona that Joker has. It's the first one that he gets, and then his side B is one of the abilities that Arsene has, as well as a bunch of other personas. And then yeah, his down B is basic. His down B isn't like a counter; it just sort of mitigates damage he takes. I don't use it too much, and that doesn't help. There's not like a specific gameplay ability called like Rebellion's Curse or whatever, but it is essentially it is paying homage to when he transforms at first. So that is essentially how Joker plays. I think he's very fast, very aggressive, very fun to play. So if you like playing someone like Sheik or Bayonetta even, I think you'll be right at home playing Joker. And obviously he's got a classic run, and that's pretty good. It doesn't really do anything new in terms of invading on classic mode. It doesn't really need to, but it's really fun. It's very much it's very much pays homage to Joker the character, and the final boss battle is against him in the Master Hands, and plays the final boss theme from Persona 5, since that's in the the music that was included. So that's just very, very cool that they did the classic mode like that. So the classic mode, if you're a fan of Persona, playing through that will be a really good blast. And if you just like the classic mode in general, then it is a good addition. And I guess what else I can say about Joker is the Memento stage is also really, really good. It's stylized great. It's got a lot of background details, because you'll have Morgana. It's in Mementos, and the way you progress through Mementos is that Morgana, the cat character, will transform into a car and will bus around the Phantom Thieves, which is your group of guys that you play the game with. And during a match, Morgana will, there'll always be two people, and then the car will come up, pick those two up, and then another two will show up, which is very fun. And then the music will also change the color on the stage, since you have music from Persona 4 and Persona 3 as well. But most of the music is from Persona 5, and it is really, really good. I haven't listened to all of it, but the track selection is really good. They even did a whole remixing of Beneath the Mask, which is one of my favorite tracks from Persona 5. And it's not as good as the original, because I love that slow, somber tune of the original that is the backdrop for so much of the game, but it's still really nice, and it's like a high tempo battle version of that music, which is done really well. And they even got Lynn to re-sing that whole song, and she does an amazing job with everything she sings. So it is a joy to listen to, it's a joy to listen to. So if you're a fan of Persona 5, then listening to that remix is something that's really nice. I don't think it's as good as the original, because the original is just so near and dear to my heart, but it's still really good. It still pays homage to that song, and it's fun to listen to. So so I do think that if you're a fan of Persona and you like Smash, then there's really no reason to not get Joker, because it's like cheap, it's like $6 or $7 or something like that. And then if Sakurai and his team are going to put as much effort and care and attention to detail with Joker that if they did with Joker into the rest of the 4 characters in the Fighters Pass, then I would go all in on the Fighters Pass. But those are my thoughts and opinions. You can always wait and see before you go and jump in, but I do think that they have a really good track record of DLC, since Smash 4 was really well done with the DLC that they did for the most part. Yeah, they did pretty well with everything. It's just that some of the characters that they added didn't really need their own stages, so it might feel like a bit of a cop-out. But as long as all these characters are new characters, they'll have their own stages and music and everything. I think the Fighters Pass is going to be well worth it, because Joker is just such a good addition to the Smash roster, because he plays really well. The music that they added into it, the care that they took in actually remaking one of the tracks, and the care that they put into making Mementos as good as the stage is, I would definitely jump into it. If you like Smash Brothers and Persona, no reason not to buy it. If you are just a hardcore fan of Smash Brothers, I would say this is a good character mechanically to jump in. You'll have a lot of fun with him. But if you're only a fan of Persona 5 or Persona in general, and you don't like fighting games, Joker isn't going to do anything to make you like Smash Brothers. So yeah, I would only recommend playing Joker, and you'd be spending the money on the game and Joker in extension if you like the gameplay of Smash. If you don't, then it's not going to do anything. Well, unless you absolutely need to own everything Persona related, then I guess. But I don't think that's a reason to jump in on it. I just love both franchises, and I'm glad this inclusion happened. But those are my thoughts on Joker from Persona 5 being in Smash Brothers. I think it's a great addition. I think Sakurai really outdid himself, Sakurai and his team, and I can't wait to see who's going to be next on the Fighters Pass. But I think I've been talking for a bit too long. Tell me what you think in the comments down below. If you liked this video, leave it a like. If you didn't, dislike it. And if you want to stick around for more content, then feel free to subscribe. And until then,